Originally, computers had spoken to each other for decades, but it was really the late 80s to early 90s when the standards started coming about that made it possible on a wide sccle, computers and institutions to be able to communicate with each other.
Higher education is really getting to shape the way that the internet gets utilized.
Now that we have standards and we have the technology, now we need the organizational layer.
The other thing that's fascinating about the whole thing is that Kansas is one of the first ones to the party, chartering a path, not following a path.
I joined the KanREN team in 1999. The thing I noticed immediately with KanREN was getting involved. There was an entire community of people willing to help. When KU first proposed that, it sounded like a pipe dream to a lot of the institutions and very quickly became a reality.
They're building out an infrastructure and they're anticipating needs that the colleges and universities don't even know they have yet. That is the essence of KanREN.
Originally, KanREN was part of the University of Kansas Center for Research. We reached a point in our evolution where it became important to the organization to become its own entity. We incorporated as a 501c3 in 2002. That gave us a lot more flexibility to operate a little differently and grow. It was the basis for our first consortium contract with the state of Kansas, which created a lot of opportunities for our members.
Just from a network standpoint, from T1 and the TDM circuit-based and now into Ethernet. So there was a really big shift where we went from a hub and spoke technology where everything pretty much hubbed out of Lawrence into a more distributed model where we have a big ring of interconnected sites. All of the university campuses were now equal citizens on the network.
Our members should focus on what their goals are, what they want to achieve. You don't think about whether or not you have enough electricity coming out of the wall socket. Internet should be something that you don't have to think about whether you have enough, and that's a very important thing for us.
I think I'm most proud of the way we serve our members. We really do all see ourselves as extensions of their staff, so we're always trying to serve their best interests.
I think the thing I'm probably most proud of, just from a technology standpoint, is the diversity of services that we can offer to a member, and that we can do it really on any port in the network. We can offer any service that you want.
The sky's the limit, and especially with the vision of fiber backbone and what not only does KanREN offer colleges and universities from a connectivity perspective, but also security, video conferencing. You know, there's no better contingency in place than KanREN.
During the 22 years I've been at KanREN, where I had that aha moment, we're doing the right thing. Usually those moments come when something unexpected happens. A member may have an emergency or just an opportunity shows up out of nowhere. And KanREN's answer to our member is, no problem. We saw it coming. We have the capacity. We already have everything in place to meet that need. Those are the moments when I know that we're doing the right thing. While certainly the most tragic, the biggest example of that came when K-State's historic Hale Library caught on fire. The basement of that library contained the university's data center. Now, the university had done very good disaster recovery planning and had a remote data center at KU ready to bring up at a moment's notice. But the project had not been completed when the library caught fire. They were still in progress. So K-State called and said, we really need 40 gigabits per second of connectivity to our remote data center in Lawrence, and we need it as fast as you could get it. KanREN was able to provision that same day. Had we been using traditional lit services through a telecom, even expediting the process would have been 60 to 90 days for completion. And we were able to have K-State back online later that day and fully operational within a day or two.
I would say that the single biggest asset that KanREN has is not routers, it's not fiber, it's not any equipment, or it's none of that stuff. KanREN's biggest asset is its people. It's our network admins and our systems engineer.
There is a need for expertise in wide area networking that our members can't go buy because wide area network experts are expensive. We struggle, I think, in the state just to keep technology experts. Our team, being wide area network experts, can kind of fill that role for multiple entities, for all of our members rather than, just a few.
I want KanREN to be the best R&E network in the United States. Today we're one of the smallest. We are definitely one of the oldest. The vast majority of R&E networks receive some kind of support from their state government, whether it be a direct appropriation, one-time money, resources, etc. It's something that KanREN's fairly unique in the United States that we've never really had available to us, and it's been a challenge. We've survived a lot of hardship, a lot of adversity. We're still here, almost 30 years later. Moving into our 4th decade, I hope we can work with the state and partner at that level to do even greater things. I want to be able to serve every community anchor institution in Kansas, and I want us to have made a clear difference that has impacted every citizen in this state.